And Neil, these are not cases of people who knew they were not allowed to vote and did it anyway. Many of them received a voter registration card in the mail from the government. What do you make of the state now going after people confused by a process the government put into place?
Well, one, just thank you so much for shining a light on this issue. As you can see, and as you pointed out, we have a system that's broken. We have people who are getting voter ID cards, assuming that that is verification of their status as an eligible voter, voting, and then years later being arrested. We have Florida citizens being arrested for voting because the system doesn't work the way that we all want it to work.
Neil, the Washington Post reports, quote, in Florida, the State Division of Elections is responsible for identifying who isn't qualified to vote and who would have been required to flag their applications. Attention has now turned to the state's role in signing off on their registrations. I guess my question is, listen, you have done so much work to make sure that returning citizens are eligible to vote, that they're able to participate in their democracy in Florida. I wonder if the next step here is Floridians working to hold the state accountable in filtering out who can and who can't vote. This seems like a process error in part.
Yeah, you're 100% right. This is one of those things we've been talking about since 2019, 2020, 2021, and now again, this is about an information management challenge. And we need leadership. We need to prioritize this because our democracy, our republic is just too important for us to have a system that doesn't work. Think about it. I'm a returning citizen. I'm somebody with a past felony conviction. If I were to register for food stamps or some sort of government services, I'm going to find out very quickly whether I'm eligible or not on the front end. If we had that kind of process, that kind of standard here in Florida for voting, none of these people would have been arrested. None of these families would be hurting right now, wondering if, mom or dad is now not going to be able to get a job or going to lose their job and the ability to look out for the family. This is just, a tragedy that could have been stopped on the front end.
Right. It could have been stopped also because this was a solution in search of a problem, right? This was DeSantis looking for a problem that did not exist. The New York Times writes, quote, last winter, 4 residents of the Republican-leaning retirement community, the Villages, were arrested for voting twice, once in Florida and again in other states where they had also lived. Despite being charged with third-degree felonies, 2 of the Village's residents who pleaded guilty escaped having a criminal record entirely by taking a 24-hour civics class. Meantime, the 20 people arrested by the Election Police Unit, mostly people of color, face up to 5 years in prison. Talk to me about that disparity.
Well, one, we know that the criminal justice system disproportionately impacts African Americans. We also know that returning citizens in the state of Florida are a diverse group of people. People who are impacted by these arrests across the state come from all walks of life. They're Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and we know that this is a deeper issue than just one election or one politician. I mean, we were having problems with this at the Bush-Gore election in 2000, when thousands of people were removed from the rolls, mistakenly thinking they were returning citizens. This is the time. This is our moment. We need leadership, and we need to focus on a solution that exists. We know it exists because other states do this. Other states have a voter verification process on the front end of the election process, and we can do that here.